Guys, so today we're going to be learning about the surface area of rectangular prisms, or how to find the surface area. So if you don't know what that is, that's okay because that's what we're learning. But let's go back to what you do know. How do you find the area of a rectangle? Okay, so if I was to give you two dimensions, like a length of 6 and a width of 2, how do you find the area? What is the formula? Okay, so if you remembered, area equals length times width, so 6 times 2. The area of this rectangle is 12. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're just going to find the area of an entire rectangular prism, the surface area. Okay, so go ahead and get your notebook and write your title. So let's just go into surface area. Surface area is the total area of the surface of a 3D object. All right, so I'm going to show you, just a second. Okay, so here I have a rectangular prism. It is an old video game, super old video game box. Okay, so we're going to find the area of this entire rectangular prism by finding the area of the top, the base, the two sides, 1, 2, and then the two other sides, 1, 2. And then we're just going to add it all together. And that is how you find the surface area, the area of the surface. And if you notice, they're all rectangles. So we just have to solve normally like we do using a formula that I'm about to show you. Okay, so let's just go back here. Okay, so there are two ways to find surface area for rectangular prisms. Number one, you can, what I just said, find the area of each face, then add it. And then so if you look here, we're just going to add this top, bottom, backs, and sides. Then number two, we can find the area of just three faces, the bottom and the two sides, then multiply it by 2. Okay, so we're just going to find the area of this, the area of the bottom, and then the area of this side. And the reason why we only need to find 3 is because it is the same thing for the top, it's the same as the bottom. This side right here is the same as blue, and then this side is the same as yellow. So we're going to kind of just skip a step instead of finding the area of all of it. Okay, so please write down your formula. Our formula is width times height plus length times width plus length times height times 2. For grade 6, you don't have to worry about memorizing this. It's always going to be available for you. So you just have to remember we're just finding the area of these sides. 1, 2, and the bottom. Okay, so let's begin. Here are your dimensions. We have a height of 6, a width of 3, and a length of 10. Okay, so the first thing we're going to find is the side here, yellow side. Okay, so let's look at width times height. So we have 3 times 6 or 6 times 3. It's the same thing. Okay, then you're going to add it. The next one, we're going to go for green. So how do you find the area of this bottom? It's going to be 3 times 10 or 10 times 3. Okay, and the last one, I want you to try to do blue by yourself. Okay, so it's 10 times 6 because the height is 6, or 6 times 10. All right, and last but not least, we're just going to add times 2. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to find out what goes inside this parentheses. Okay? All right, so let's begin. We have 3 times 6 is 18, 10 times 3 is 30, and then we have 10 times 6 is 60. Then you're going to add your times 2. Okay, so what did you guys get for 18 plus 30 plus 60? We got 108 times 2, which equals 216 centimeters square. And if you guys remember, when we did area, you always make it square. Okay, so that is how you find the surface area, guys. You just have to plug it in, multiply it by 2, and that is how you find the surface area. Okay, so we're going to just do one more together, and then we're going to do one word problem. Okay, so again, area of this side, the area of the base, and the area of this side. Then multiply it by 2. Here are your dimensions. And if you notice, you don't have length and width and height. So you just have to remember finding the area of each side. Okay? All right, so go ahead and pause the video. I want you to try by yourself. Start with this side, and then the base, and then the front here. Okay? Okay, let's begin. The first one, we're going to do 6 times 5 plus, what is the base? 8 times 6, or 6 times 8. And then this front right here, which is going to be 8 times 5 times 2. Okay, so we have 30 plus 6 times 8 is 48. And then 8 times 5 is 40 times 2. Okay, so go ahead and find the total here. So 30 plus 48 plus 40 is 118 times 2, and then your total for the surface area is 236 centimeters square. Again, always box your answer because your work is going to be everywhere. So once you box it, that is your final answer. Okay, and that's how you do it, guys. So let's do one word problem. So here we have some presents. A gift excuse me. A gift box in the shape of a rectangular prism has a 3-inch length, 12-inch width, and 5-inch height. How much paper will you need to wrap the gift box? All right, so if you notice, we're not drawing anything. We just have to remember length, width, and height. So go ahead, pause the video, and I want you to try this by yourself. Start with width times height. Okay, so width times height, we're going to have 12 times 5. Then length times width, we have length times width, so 3 times 12. And then length times height, which is 3 times 5. Then we have times 2. So 12 times 5 is 60. 3 times 12 is 36, plus 3 times 5, which is 15, times 2. 60 plus 36 plus 15 equals 111, times 2, which equals 222 inches squared. And there you go, guys. That's all you have to do to find the surface area. A good way that I like to do it for word problems is just to remember, pick one number, and you're going to go 3 times 12, 3 times 5, and then the last one, 5 times 12. Okay, so two, two, two. But if you need more help with this, guys, you're always going to have this formula. So don't worry about memorizing it. Just remember that you're going to find the area of the three sides, 1, 2, 3, and multiply by 2. Okay, so your homework tonight, there's only 4 questions. So please message me if you need any help with your surface area sheet. And again, this is due today. So message me if you need help, and I will respond, I promise. Okay, bye guys.